In this section, we'll go over the basics of following a low FODMAP diet. Part of the low FODMAP diet is probably obvious. Avoid the foods that have FODMAPs in them. The less obvious part is the second part. Reintroducing FODMAPs to find out which ones your body is okay with or not. But that comes later. In this section, we're just focusing on getting rid of FODMAPs from your diet. Okay, so during this phase, you'll stop eating the foods that might be irritating your digestive system so you can feel better. In this section, we'll teach you what you can't have, and we'll also teach you what you can have. You'll use lists to help you know what to avoid and what you can eat. If you're a person who is sensitive to FODMAPs, once you stop eating them, you'll start to feel better pretty quickly, usually within 2 to 4 weeks. You probably expected everything we've said so far, but here's where we get into the less obvious stuff. First, you won't follow the full diet forever. By cutting out FODMAPs for a few weeks, you'll find out whether you are or aren't sensitive to FODMAPs in general. You'll also learn whether your problem is more about the amount of FODMAPs or whether specific types of FODMAPs are the problem. To figure this out, you'll start to slowly eat individual FODMAP groups one at a time to find out which part of the low FODMAP diet works best for your body. Second, a list will help you. Seeing a dietitian is best when starting the low FODMAP diet, but lists can help you better understand what you can eat and what you should avoid. Sadly, we can't just say something simple like, avoid all fruits, or only eat dark chocolate. We wish it was that simple, but it's not. Instead, there are certain fruits, certain vegetables, certain grains, and so on that are high in FODMAPs while others are not. We'll give you a list. Use the list, print the list, copy the list, share the list, love the list. With some time and dedication, you can master the low FODMAP diet. Third, there's a good chance your symptoms will get better. We know it doesn't feel like it now, but some studies show that by doing a low FODMAP diet for a while, 3 out of 4 people, 75%, see their symptoms get better. That's actually better than most of the over-the-counter and prescription drugs we have out right now for GI symptoms. Fourth, by learning your triggers, you'll have more control over your symptoms. You'll know what your triggers are and how to avoid them. And if you want to cheat once in a while, you'll be able to do that. It's not a matter of life and death for you. It's a matter of you deciding which symptoms you're willing to tolerate. It'll be up to you to decide, is that food worth it to me today? Finally, for many people with food reactions, they find that they can eat more types of food after learning about the low FODMAP diet. Why? Because a lot of people aren't really sure what to eat. So they end up cutting out more than they need to. By going through this diet, you'll have a much clearer idea of what to avoid and what to eat. And it may be more than you think.